King Charles III's battle with cancer has become one of the most closely followed stories in recent royal history. Since his diagnosis in early 2024, the monarch's health has remained a matter of both personal struggle and public concern. Buckingham Palace has maintained its traditional discretion, offering only limited updates while emphasizing that the king continues to fulfill his constitutional duties. His journey through diagnosis, treatment, and recovery has revealed not only the resilience of the monarch himself, but also the deep emotional connection between the British public and their sovereign. The timeline of events from the discovery of the illness during a routine procedure to his brief hospitalization and return to public life paints a portrait of a man determined to balance his role as head of state with the challenges of illness. Supported by Queen Camilla and encouraged by global messages of sympathy, King Charles has faced his health battle with grace and optimism. His remarks and public appearances, often infused with humor and gratitude, have reminded many of the human side of Monarchy one that endures vulnerability and strength in equal measure. As the new year unfolds, Charles continues to symbolize both continuity and courage amid uncertainty. King Charles III's health concerns first come to light in January 2024, when Buckingham Palace announces that he is seeking treatment for an enlarged prostate. At the time, officials emphasized that the condition is benign and the king is expected to undergo a routine corrective procedure. The palace's statement reassures the public that there is no cause for alarm, but the news still sparks widespread attention, given that Charles has only recently ascended the throne. As the monarch prepares for treatment, there's an outpouring of well wishes from across the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, reflecting the public's affection and concern for their new king. A few weeks later, in February 2024, the situation becomes far more serious. Following the earlier procedure, doctors identify a separate health issue that turns out to be a form of cancer. Buckingham Palace releases a carefully worded statement confirming the diagnosis while choosing not to specify the type or stage of the disease. The statement also notes that the king has begun a regular schedule of treatment and will temporarily step back from public engagements on medical advice. However, it emphasizes that he will continue to perform state duties and review official documents as usual, maintaining his responsibilities as sovereign. In the months following his diagnosis, King Charles remains mostly out of the public eye as he focuses on his treatment and recovery. Buckingham Palace provides limited updates, maintaining the royal tradition of privacy regarding personal health matters. However, it is confirmed that Charles continues to handle state affairs behind the scenes, reading daily briefings and signing official documents. His dedication to his constitutional duties reassures many that he remains engaged despite the challenges of his illness. By May 2024, Charles begins to resume limited public appearances. During a visit to a cancer treatment center with Queen Camilla, he speaks candidly about his experience, admitting that his diagnosis came as a bit of a shock. The moment resonates with many who are facing similar struggles, and his openness helps reduce some of the stigma around the disease. Later that summer, the king undertakes a trip to Normandy, France, marking his first international visit since the diagnosis. He appears in good spirits, expressing gratitude to his medical team and supporters. By August, Charles even jokes with well-wishers during a public event in Southport, saying he does not feel too bad, a statement that offers the public a small but hopeful glimpse of his recovery. As the year progresses, King Charles continues to balance his royal duties with ongoing medical treatments. Reports indicate that his cancer therapy extends into 2025, though palace officials emphasize that his doctors remain optimistic about his progress. Despite the health challenges, Charles demonstrates a strong commitment to fulfilling his role. He prepares for a normal schedule of international tours, including visits to Australia and Samoa, showing a clear determination to maintain a sense of stability and continuity for the monarchy. His resilience becomes a symbol of strength for many Britons who admire his dedication and humility in the face of personal struggle. In December 2024, during his annual Christmas address, Charles speaks directly about his health battle for the first time. His tone is personal and heartfelt as he expresses deep gratitude to the doctors and nurses who have supported him and his family throughout their illnesses. He also thanks the public for their kind messages and encouragement, acknowledging the comfort they bring. The speech moves many, highlighting the human side of the monarch. In March 2025, the palace confirms that the king has been briefly hospitalized but is recovering well at home, a reassuring sign that he continues to fight his illness with quiet determination and grace. King Charles's journey through cancer becomes more than just a personal health battle. It is a story of perseverance, dignity, and quiet courage. From his initial diagnosis to his continued recovery, the king shows a deep sense of duty and strength that resonates with people across the United Kingdom and beyond. His openness about his illness helps to humanize the monarchy, showing that even those in positions of great privilege are not immune to life's vulnerabilities. Throughout this difficult year, Charles manages to uphold his responsibilities while inspiring compassion and solidarity. His message of gratitude toward medical professionals and the public reflects not only personal humility, but also a commitment to unity in challenging times. As he continues treatment and gradually resumes his royal duties, the king's resilience stands as a symbol of hope and endurance. Whether addressing the nation or quietly working behind palace walls, Charles reminds the world that leadership is not defined by invincibility, but by the grace to persevere through adversity.